Okay guys, so before we start the video, just a few things I want to go over, okay? Make sure you've got a notepad or some paper next to you, because I'd really like you to make some notes throughout this video. There are some important formulas, and it's really handy to be able to write them down so you remember them for later, okay? Now, the benefit about this being a video is if you get to the end and there are parts of this video you thought I didn't quite get that, you can repeat the video as many times as you like, okay? So watch it as many times as you like. Now, be prepared to pause because there's lots of activities I actually want you to do on a piece of paper, and I'll be expecting you to pause the video, do the activities, and then the answers will come up so you can check your work, okay? So be ready to pause. And I really want you to focus, guys. Try and avoid distractions as much as possible, like music or TV. And what I find really handy is if you put your phone in another room until the video and the work is done, okay? So what we're going to be looking at is the circumference of a circle today. Now, before we get started, it's really important that you know the different parts of a circle, okay? So what I want you to do is pause the video and try and name as many parts of the circle as you can. Pause now. Okay, so the one that looks like a pizza slice, guys, was the sector. The radius is the one that goes from one end of the circle to the middle, and the diameter is double the radius, so from one end of the circle to the other end of the circle. Your circumference is the one that goes all the way out around the outside, and the arc is a curved section of that circumference. You've got a segment that looks like a segment of Terry's chocolate orange, and the chord is the line that creates the segment. And then finally you've got the tangent, which is the line that's just touching the outside of the circle. Okay, so I'm sure you all remember the circle song that I would sing to you in lessons. I'm not going to sing it to you now, but hopefully you're singing it to yourselves or humming it in your heads. So circumference equals pi times diameter, okay? So don't forget, in a question, if they give you the radius, you have to work out the diameter first by timesing the radius by 2, because they'll often give you that in an exam question. So let's look at the red question together. They've given us a circle. It's got a diameter of 6. So tell the examiner you know the formula. Circumference equals pi times diameter, okay? Pi times 6. You get your answer, and the question says to round your answer to 2 decimal places. So that would be 18.85. What I'd like you to do now is pause the video, and I'd like you to have a go at the question in the green box. Now just remember, it hasn't given us the diameter for this one, okay? So pause the video now. Okay, let's go over the answer for that one then. So again, tell the examiner you know what you're doing. Circumference equals pi times diameter. They've given us the radius, so the diameter for this would be 2 times 2, which is 4, pi times 4, and the answer was 12.57 centimetres. So if you got that, well done. Here's some question, guys, that I would now like you to have a go at. So can you pause the video, and then we're going to go over the answers shortly. Okay, pause now. Here's the answers. Now, if there's any one in particular or a few that you got wrong, look at the right answer and see if you can see where you made your mistake, because it's really important that we do learn from our mistakes, okay? So, often in the question, they'll say leave your answer in terms of pi. So I just want to give you a quick example of how we would do that. So here's our circle, and they've given us a radius of 2. So it would be pi times diameter, and the diameter would obviously be 4, okay? Now it says leave your answer in terms of pi, so your final answer would just be 4 pi. You don't need to do that last calculation. So here's some of those for you to now have a go at. So can you pause the video, and we'll go over the answers after, okay? And the answers are on your screen now. So if you mark the ones that you've done, any that you got incorrect, have a look at the right answer, see if you can work your way back and see where you made the mistake. Now, as you know, in the GCSE exam, they give us a lot more problem-solving questions now. So I've put together some problem-solving questions to do with circumference for you. Now, depending on how you found the work previously that we've done in this lesson, you might, if you've struggled, want to just do the red and amber problem-solving questions, okay? If you found it relatively easy, guys, you might want to have a go at the green and purple. So you're going to pause the video now and do 2 questions of your choice, depending on how you found the rest of the video. Pause now. Okay, here's the answers. Now, I've put quite a bit of working out on there so you can see how I work those out. So again, if you've got any incorrect, please look through the working out and see where you've made those mistakes, okay? Okay, the last thing I want to go through is when they give you a slightly different type of question. So this question says that a pizza has a circumference of 50 centimetres. Work out the diameter of the pizza. So in this question, it already gives us the circumference, and we're now trying to find the diameter. Okay, so I'd like you to pause the video and see if you can work out how you would attempt a question like this. So pause now. Okay, so this is how you would work that out, okay? So circumference is pi times diameter, but when you know the circumference and you're working out the diameter, you do the opposite, which is to divide. So you're dividing the circumference by pi. 50 divided by pi, so your answer should have been 15.92 centimetres. That's the end of the video now, guys. So you've done the activities and you've worked through the work I've asked you to do, hopefully on some paper. Now, you can submit that to Teams, or you can send me some photographic evidence of the work that you completed that obviously you've self-assessed yourself. Okay? See you in the next video.